Hello. Hi everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to my kitchen. Took a couple weeks off to get ready for a new year of programs, and now I am back here in my kitchen again cooking up some lunch for today. I'm using a brand new cookbook. This came out just the very last week of December. I've been looking forward to this cookbook because if you've watched any book cooks before, you might recognize the author as a cookbook that I have used and we have at the library. I actually just brought that one back yesterday. I would show you, but I brought it back. So the author is Michelle Smith, and her first, oh my gosh, I always get the titles confused. Her first cookbook was the Good Food Cookbook. There we go, it was right on top. And this cookbook that just came out is Real Food Every Day. And I like this cookbook even better than the first one. And so if you know, if you remember from the previous cookbook, this cookbook is very similar. The recipes are pretty healthy. They're pretty clean. Maybe that's what you need for the new year. On the pages, it will say, you can see over here, dairy-free, gluten-free, grain-free, nut-free, or paleo. And some of them are only dairy-free, some of them are only gluten-free. So, you know, it's not restrictive, but it is healthy and it is clean. It's all about easy food, delicious food that is good for you, right? So if you've watched book cooks, you know that I like healthy food. So I do like snacks and cookies and good things. We're going to save those for, I don't know if you saw on our website, we're going to do like a Super Bowl week, where all week long in February, like a super dip bowl, a big bowl of dip, all week long I'm going to be doing like quick little 2 or 3 minute videos of like a snack or a dip. And then that Wednesday we'll do some like good, yummy, picky foods. So we'll save all the junk food for then. But I love this cookbook. There are so many good recipes. We're actually definitely going to use it again. And I've already cooked from it once before for myself. There are a lot of really yummy looking recipes, but we'll talk about that later. So today we're making grain-free crispy honey, shrimp, and bok choy. And the little blurb says, while this recipe can indeed serve 4, if your family is anything like mine, you may need to double batch it because you are certain to want to go back for seconds. It's that tasty. Full disclosure, I don't have bok choy. I am not going to scour the grocery stores at this point in time. I happen to have a bag of spinach that I need to finish up, so I'm going to use spinach today. I know bok choy is just a little bit of a different flavor and it's totally different texture, so if you're doing an Asian-inspired dish like this, you totally might want that. So I'm just not using bok choy today. So I have everything ready to go. The first thing that we're going to do is season the shrimp. I already have my shrimp thawed and peeled with about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And then just set it aside. I'm gonna get my tongs out. Come on, open up. Okay, I'm just trying not to have salt flying everywhere. All right. I'm gonna take it a little easy on the salt because later on this recipe calls for some coconut aminos, and I know that this brand that I use is particularly salty. So I'm gonna go a little easier on the salt than she recommends, but that's okay. That's my personal preference. I'm just gonna grab my tongs and give my little shrimp that are now covered in salt a little stir and just set them aside. We'll be with you again momentarily. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to make our sauce, which is mayonnaise. And if you want to make your own homemade mayonnaise that has no sugar and no weird oils in it, she does have a really easy recipe in the book called 1 Minute Mayo. I have mine from Trader Joe's that I know is really clean and doesn't have any sugar or additives in it. So it's mayonnaise, honey, and a little bit of cayenne. And that's your sauce that you're gonna put on your shrimp once they're fried. So I have my honey in the microwave because my honey had crystallized. So if you just warm up your honey a little bit, I just scooped it out with a knife since I couldn't squeeze it, and I just warmed it up for about 15 seconds, and that fixed the crystallizing problem. So I have to go get that from the microwave. there's my honey. It's not crystallized anymore, which is great. So I'm going to do my mayonnaise. It's about a quarter cup of mayonnaise. Right, like it's not like a dipping sauce. You don't need it to drown. We're just going to lightly coat the shrimp in it. And also, like, you don't need that much mayonnaise. It's still supposed to be like a light, healthy dish, which is another reason why this being grain-free works so well. We're using tapioca starch or tapioca flour. It's the same thing. I'll show you the bag in a minute if you don't know what it is. Because it's really light and it's not as heavy as a gluten-full flour. And it just contributes to the batter just feeling really light and airy. Versus, you know, some fried foods that are made with a traditional batter just feel really heavy, and I tend to not feel so great after I eat like that. But this kind of gets my little fried food craving out of the way. Okay, so I have that. Oh, you can't see that. Let me move that over here. Switch. There we go. And just a little bit of cayenne pepper in here. About 1/8 of a teaspoon. Come on, there we go. And we're gonna add some more cayenne pepper into this in a second. Now my hands are sticky. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give this a little stir, and then we can set this aside. Really, really easy sauce. So it's like a little sweet, a little spicy, a little kick. I might need more mayonnaise and more cayenne. Let's see. I think we need a little more. I actually want to add some salt to it. I like my mayonnaise is not overly tangy. Well, maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need some more mayonnaise. All right, let's get some more mayonnaise. Just a little bit. Just to boost the tang, and I just sprinkled a little more cayenne in there because, you know, I never measure my spices, so I don't even think that was 1/8 of a teaspoon. I think it was like a sprinkle. Okay, try that. Better. Okay, yeah, the mayonnaise does make a nice tang. So that's what it looks like. Just a really light, simple sauce. Oh, yeah, okay. I just needed to add more mayonnaise. There we go. Perfect. Oh my gosh, that's good. I like it. Okay. I've never done that before, like a honey mayonnaise sauce. I don't know, never occurred to me. Okay, so what I have here is the tapioca flour. You can get it at most grocery stores nowadays, which is really nice. If you don't have tapioca flour or tapioca starch and you have arrowroot, or if you eat grains and you eat corn, you can use cornstarch. This is just really light and clean. So I have that here. And I have egg whites that I have already pre-whisked to be nice and frothy. I'm just gonna zhuzh them up a little bit. And you're not like whipping egg whites. You're not making meringues over here. We're not making like macarons or anything. Or like meringue cookies. You just want it to be frothy because that contributes to the lightness of this batter, which is really nice. Okay. Okay, so to this I'm going to add my tapioca starch, some salt, and some more of the cayenne pepper. So then the seasoning is also going to be in the batter. Okay, I have some salt here. And my cayenne pepper. And then we're just going to mix this all together. And then we toss the shrimp in here and then we start frying. And it's really like a pretty quick meal. She does have a chapter in this book that's like under 30 minutes. And this is in a chapter called One Dish Wonders. And this could be in both for sure. I mean, this is not going to take that long. But I'm also like yakking and talking and saying hello, everybody. All right. so I'm just gonna mix this up gently. Turning it like a nice shade, just a slight pink. It's kind of nice. It's kind of fun. I just want to get all the dry stuff out. I don't want there to be any little pockets of clumps. I knew that was gonna happen. It's happened like once before. Alright, there we go. And so if you look at my batter, it is kind of thick, that's the starch, but it also has lots of bubbles in it. It's really frothy, and when I stir it, I can hear the bubbles, which is nice. So this is our batter. Okay. What do we do next? In a skillet over meat. Oh, no. Add the shrimp and stir to make sure they're well coated. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, so I have my tongs over here. I have my shrimp, and I'm just going to toss them right into the batter. Mix everything around gently. There we go. I'll put this bowl with the icky raw shrimp juice to the side. I mean, it's gonna go in the sink, but right now the tripod is in the sink. That's just what we do right now. Okay, so you just very gently kind of mix these guys all around. I don't know why I'm using the whisk. This is what I have. It's already dirty, and I don't want to get my tongs covered in batter, I guess. Not yet, anyway. I'm going to fish for them in a second. So what you're going to do is, she recommends coconut oil. I'm using avocado oil. Doesn't make that much of a difference, I don't think. I prefer frying things with avocado oil. Coconut oil gets a little smoky for me. I feel like it burns too quickly. So I have some avocado oil in the pan, so we're gonna let that get hot. So the thing about frying things in the pan is you do want your oil to get hot. So to test that, I'll just drizzle a little bit of batter in there and make sure it bubbles up and fries. Because if you put your thing that you are frying in a pan of oil, or like if you even use like a deep fryer, I know people who have those little countertop deep fryers. They use so much oil though. Ugh. And I know you can reuse the oil a couple of times, but it's just so much oil. If the oil is not hot enough, it's just gonna soak into your breading or your vegetable or whatever it is. So then you're gonna have like something that's soggy and tastes like oil versus having something that's nice and crispy. So we're just gonna make sure that this gets nice and hot. I don't want it to get too hot. My stove tends to run kind of hot. My oven runs cold and my stove runs hot. But like I said, I'll just drizzle a little bit in there and we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm just gonna clean up my dishes a little bit. The other thing that we have in this recipe is mushrooms, and I am known in my family for not being a fan of mushrooms, but I did use them in a recipe on here like once before. I once dated somebody who was also kind of on the fence about mushrooms, but we cooked together a lot, and we kind of, like, I got him into eating a lot of vegetables and Brussels sprouts and roasting things and vegetables tasting really good, so we tried mushrooms a couple of times, and we don't hate them. They're just not my favorite. I don't know, it's like texture, flavor, weird memory thing. Long story. Anyway, but so we're gonna test this out and see if my oil is hot enough. Just gonna drip a little bit of batter. Almost. And I do have a plate over here that is ready and waiting for the shrimp once they come out of the oil. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. Ooh, look at this. This just like puffed right up. This is really cute. This little piece of batter that I put in here just puffed right up. It's so cute. Like a little batter pancake. I'm going to snack on that. Can you see how puffy that got? That's so cute. I'm going to flip it over and then I'll put my shrimp in. I didn't expect it to puff up like that, so these shrimp are going to be so light and airy and crispy. And that's the egg whites. That's the combination of the starch and the egg white. They're both just so light. That's really fun. Okay. I just cleaned my stove. It's gonna get all oily now. All right, so cute. All right. That over here, and I'm gonna go in with my shrimp. Do a couple pieces at a time. Like I was starting to say, I don't want the temperature to go down too much. Again, that's another thing that's gonna make them soggy instead of crispy and delicious. Shrimp, I don't want too much excess batter. Okay, there's one. And she even says, make sure you're doing it in batches. There's another one. Keep them coming. I always like to have just like a giant bag of shrimp in the freezer, because for me, for one person, it lasts a really long time. I can make several meals out of one giant bag of frozen shrimp. So I just get whichever ones are on sale, whether it's like raw and peeled or unpeeled, which these were, whichever ones are the cheapest. All right, I think I can fit one more friend in here. Look at how cute this batter puffed up. Look at that. You see that puffed up and it looked like so thin. Oh, it's got good crunch. Oh, it's good. You can taste the cayenne a little bit, can taste the salt a little bit. When the oil is hot, working in batches, use a spoon to remove the shrimp from the batter and carefully place them in the oil. A slotted spoon, I'm using tongs, same thing. Fry until they're cooked through and the batter is a light golden brown, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Remember, you don't want to overcook shellfish because it shrivels up and gets really rubbery. Transfer the shrimp to a paper towel lined plate to drain. Repeat to fry remaining shrimp, adding more oil if you need. So, we're getting kind of brown over here. This is fun. Oh my gosh, they're getting really puffy. I'll bring you over so you can see. So they're starting to puff up. Like you can see, this one's got some puffies on it. They're getting kind of brown. I'm getting oil on myself. So I'm just gonna wait like another 30 seconds and then flip them. It's a little hard when there's a batter on them to like see if the pinkness is going all the way through, but I know that shrimp don't take that long, and then the residual heat will help cook them up too. This other little puff is so cute, and it's really crispy. Good. All right, I'm gonna start flipping them. Oh yeah, they're nice and pink on this side. And I do want them to get golden. Alright, not that easy to flip with the tongs. Create a little crispy puff. Okay, let's see if it's easier to do. I'm gonna double. There we go. This is how I flip pancakes too. Sometimes when I'm having trouble flipping pancakes, I get 2 spatulas. Not tongs, but 2 spatulas. I call it the assist method. Alright. Oh yeah, these are nice and golden and crispy. These are really cool. What a great batter. Ooh. Alright. I just cleaned the stove. Great. They are looking good. Some of them are a little more brown than others, but that's more like the hot spot on my stove than anything else. I'm just going to shift the pan a little bit. Equal opportunity browning over here. Okay. And the nice thing, again, this is like a one-pot wonder. When the shrimp are all done, we put the mushrooms and the spinach or bok choy, whatever you have, in the same pan. So easy. I love that. I don't like having to do a lot of dishes. And when you make all of your meals fresh or you meal prep like I do, you're doing a lot of dishes, right? It's all right. There we go. Now we're frying. Just gonna tidy up the oil a little bit. Oil everywhere. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Sorry, my watch is dying. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a little peek. kind of rotate these around. Try and get some of these to the hot spots. There we go. I just love when you flip them and they puff. This is a great batter. I can imagine this being really good also for veggies or like making zucchini sticks. Sounds good to me. All right, stop popping. All right. All right, I'm going to start moving these over to my plate so I can add more shrimp to the pan. Okay, next round. Here we go. Come on, I see you. There we go, give it a little shake. And there you go. Shake, shake. And in you go. And it puffs up almost immediately. So cute. I love a cute batter. All right, I think this is 2 pieces of shrimp. I'll separate them when they're in the pan. There we go. Just kind of swirling around the oil, making sure everybody's getting the good stuff. I don't want to like deep fry them. I don't want to fill my pan with too much oil. That's just not how I like to cook. Let's see. Yeah, one of these guys are kind of attached now. Oh, they all attached. They turned into one. I have one more here. They turned into Daisy and Violet. All right. That's a very obscure reference. All right. Last one for this round, and then I have a couple more. But I'm also kind of like, I don't want to not utilize this batter. I'm just going to break off a little batter here and taste it. Tastes great. Very light. Very, very light. And the batter almost tastes like if you've had like Rice Crisps. It kind of tastes like that. It's very neutral, very crispy. A little nutty. I like it. Probably for my last batch, I'm going to add a little bit more oil. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to waste this batter, so I may toss in, I don't think I have any veggies that are like chopped and ready to go. And I don't have any extra protein that's like chopped and ready to go either. I can make like chicken fritters. I have canned chicken. Just as long as I cook it thoroughly, because there is raw shrimp in here and raw eggs. So I just want to be aware of that, of course. I think you guys are ready to be flipped. Let's do the assist method. Alright, there we go. This one went in nice and golden brown, and as soon as I flip it, that batter starts to puff. Really nice. Put that whole little triad there that's formed. Okay, I can break them apart now. There we go. Oh, look at that, nice and golden brown. Just a little bit of patience and some hot oil will do you good. Just checking on my sauce because I'm obsessed with it. It's really good tasting sauce. I might add a little more cayenne. I do kind of like spice. It's good. I'm going to add more cayenne just because that's the kind of person that I am. I don't know if any of you are into like the sweet and spicy, or if you eat spicy food. I do like a little spice. How are we doing here, friend? They're not that brown. I'm just mixing in a little more cayenne to my sauce. It's just me here. I can lick my fingers. It's fine. Oh, my hands are clean. It's fine. Oh yeah, that's good. Very good. Okay. How are we doing here? All right. I think they are ready to go on the plate. Yeah, I definitely need a little more oil because now I'm like searing them on the pan rather than I'm just going to turn my heat down for a second so I can add some more oil and then gently warm that up again. And then we'll get the last batch. Gently, gently, gently. Just swirl it around, heat that up. I do have some scraps of batter that I'm just gonna get out of there because I don't want them to burn. I just don't want you to burn. I also don't want you to go on my stove and make a mess. It's just the way it is. All right. Get over there. Okay. All right, so we're going to add the last of the shrimp. I'm gonna turn my heat up again just a little bit. Okay. And let's see if this is hot enough. You hot enough? Yeah, you're hot enough. All right, here we go. This can go. And let's get the last shrimp into my hot pan. Nice. Nice sizzle. That's what we're looking for. Piece. Great. I think I'm going to put this in the fridge. I think I'm going to thaw some broccoli and do some broccoli later. No waste. All right. This looks good. Look at how these are like so nice and crispy, but like I said, they're really light. This batter is super, super light. And will be really nice with the sauce. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna stir these around, make sure everybody's getting the same level of heat around here. Almost ready to flip. I just want them to get a little more golden on the bottom. So good. I'm so excited to try this with the sauce and everything all together. I'm really excited. All right, let's see how you are. Okay, we're ready to flip. See if I can do it with just the tongs. There we go. That one did like its own little double flip. This one is really crispy. Ah! That one's popping. This one doesn't have anywhere to hang on to. Come on, buddy. Time to flip. It's your time. There we go. Oh, these are so golden and perfect. Yeah, if you feel like they're starting to burn, just add more oil to your pan. You don't want your pan to be dry because we do have it pretty hot. And if it's dry and hot, they're just going to sear and scorch. So add the oil. It gets them golden. And if your pan is hot, you're not going to absorb too much oil. All right, so we're just going to let these finish cooking up, browning, and making sure I see pink on the sides. And then I'm going to add the spinach and the mushrooms to the pan with coconut aminos and some sauce, and just go for it. Any cayenne? I'm like, where else can I add some cayenne? No, once the shrimp are all cooked, add the mushrooms and the salt to the skillet. Then add the bok choy. For me, it's spinach and coconut aminos, stirring until tender. That's it. Really easy. This is so easy. This is nice. I'm enjoying this. All right. I'm going to turn my heat down for the vegetables. Yeah, you are ready. No, I lost the shrimp. My floor is clean. I'm going to put this one to the side. That one just went for a little skate. Okay. All right, now it's time for my mushrooms to go right on in. Add my salt. Both season them and draw out moisture. Mushrooms are like sponges. Should I add more oil to the pan? No, I guess not. I might though, just because the pan's a little dry. And I don't want these to char. I want them to cook down and become tender. So, but I don't need the oil to be as hot at this point. All right. In the meantime, it says that we can also go ahead and add the cooked shrimp to the honey mayonnaise sauce and stir them gently to coat evenly. All right, so I'm going to do that in the bigger bowl because the bowl that I have the sauce in is not, this is not that big either. I'll do it in batches. There goes that sauce. And with my shrimp, I'm going to give my mushrooms a stir. Definitely need to add some oil to that pan. I don't want my mushrooms to be like overly soggy, but I don't want them to char, right? I just want them to cook down and get nice and tender. There we go, that's better. Add some more of the shrimp. I love these little pieces of batter that have broken off. They're so good. They're so crispy. Oh, there's more. All right, give it a little stir. Gently, I don't want to break the batter or anything. So if you don't know, coconut aminos, because we're going to do that in a second with the spinach, is basically soy sauce, but it's clean. So I don't eat soy. Soy sauce also has wheat in it, so it has gluten in it. You could get something called tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce, which I used to eat, but now that coconut aminos are really easy to get and easy to find, there you go, just like a light, it's like a light glaze. It's so nice. You know, you can get it at any supermarket now, which is really nice. I don't need the soy either. There's my little friend that fell on the floor. Just has a cat hair on it, but it's clean otherwise. All right, I'm gonna try the sauce. So good. Really good. Also going to put my mayonnaise back in the fridge. I'm gonna give these another stir. There we go. They're starting to get a little smaller. They're releasing some of their liquid. All right, I'm gonna add my spinach and then my coconut aminos. I've already given my spinach a good rinse. And I'm adding a lot of spinach, and I'm gonna do it in batches because you know how it shrinks down. You know how that goes. I'm just gonna toss it with my tongs. Lost piece. That's why I'm doing this in batches. Boy, we're making a mess in my stove. All right. It's fine. Cooking is messy. You should be okay with being messy in your kitchen. I remember, I don't know if I've told this story before, I remember going to a Chinese dim sum restaurant in Chinatown with some friends from high school and my friend's father, who passed away a couple years ago, which, I mean, he was such a wonderful person, and he like took us on all of these cultural adventures when we were in high school, which was so nice. And it was a Chinese dim sum restaurant, and we were all like, oh my gosh, we're making a mess with all of these, all the different dumplings and the bao buns and everything. And he was like, in Chinese culture, if you don't make a mess, they feel like you didn't enjoy your food enough. So, okay, that's an argument for being okay with making a mess. It's okay. You don't have to convince me anymore. All right. Spinach is starting to cook down. I'm going to add a little bit more before I add my coconut aminos. There we go, cooking down. Mushrooms are getting brown. The flavors are coming together. There we go. Wonderful. So we're looking for about 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos. Shake it up. Or, like I said, you can use soy sauce if you don't have a problem with soy sauce. Should be good. Gently kind of mush this around. Oh yeah, nice. My spinach is nice and wilted and breaking down on the bottom here. So nice. So good. I lost another piece of spinach. I am so messy today. I don't know what's going on. All right, there we go. So this is all wilted, and I'm just gonna let it finish wilting and cooking and absorbing some of those flavors. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you the cookbook and clean this up. Okay, so So, this. So there's a whole chapter that is called Weekend Living, where there are still some healthy swaps, but it's not, like you're not going to eat these every day and pretend that you're being healthy, right? But so it's called Weekend Living, and it says, "For me, weekends are a time to unwind and enjoy the company of my friends and family. More often than not, that involves delicious food, of course. While I pay closer attention to the healthy food choices I make during the week and prefer them to be quick and easy, I'm more relaxed about my food choices when it comes to the weekend. I still want the foods I eat to be nourishing and wholesome. I just leave a little more wiggle room for decadence and preparation. As the recipes in this chapter show, you can still indulge in delicious foods while keeping them whole and minimally processed." So things like chorizo and potato enchiladas, sweet potato toast panini, where instead of toast you have big chunks of sweet potato, apple cinnamon scones, 2 a.m. tacos, which is what I made the other day, but I don't eat beans, and I didn't have refried beans. You're supposed to make like a meat paste, like, those famous like takeout tacos that you might go get at 2 a.m. So I just did the ground beef and the seasoning, and she shows you how to fry them up with a little slice of cheese, and really good. Bob's Backyard Blender Salsa, the best damn paleo brownies, which has a really cute story. You should get the cookbook and read it. Bay Area Burgers, this cauliflower gratin. So it is gluten and grain free, and of course nut free, but it's not dairy free, so it is indulgent. It's got bacon and butter and milk and Asiago cheese and Gruyere cheese. And the crumb topping is actually made, there's some, I think the gluten-free flour is for the roux, but there's crushed pork rinds, which is delicious. Mexican pizza, which I think we're going to make in a couple of weeks. A watermelon lime spritz. A peach bourbon sipper, which sounds delicious. And that bubble over there. But there are just so many. There's like a whole, I'm probably going to make this for dinner tonight. Where did it go? Sweet potato and sage zoodle sauce. So for any like pasta, I have some grain-free pasta that I'm going to probably cook tonight. And I'll use that on there. I do have some sage I got like over a month ago at the grocery store, and I've actually been trying to help it grow instead of just letting it wilt like I usually do to those herbs that you get in the pots. All right, this is definitely nice and tender and cooked down, so I'm going to turn off my heat. Okay. And I think we are ready to plate this up. I need a fork for myself. I'm just going to wipe this plate off. There was no raw food on it, but it is a little dirty. All right, so I'm going to put down my mushrooms and spinach. And I'm going to spoon out some of my crispy shrimp in their delicious honey sauce. I'm kind of going for it. I'm like really excited. Okay. All right, that's good for now. Put this here. Okay. Just wipe it down. Okay. I'm gonna get myself a fork and we're gonna try it, and then I'm gonna go eat my lunch. Okay. So here it is. Here is our crispy honey shrimp with mushrooms and spinach. Bok choy is what's used in the book again. So I'm going to taste this first because I kind of already sneaked a little piece of shrimp. But taste this first, make sure it's seasoned nicely. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms, but they taste really nice with the umami flavor of the coconut aminos or the soy sauce. And 2 tablespoons and a little bit of salt was just enough seasoning for this. It's not overly salty. Like I said, it's just more umami, which is really nice. Not bad. Not bad, mushrooms. You can stay for today. All right, now for the prize, the shrimp. Even in the sauce, they're still slightly crispy. Look at that. Just a nice light coating of that honey mayonnaise cayenne sauce. This is so good. Wow. I love it. I love it. Maybe I didn't need to add the extra cayenne. There's definitely like a lot of heat happening down here. So if you like a little extra warmth, add the extra cayenne to your sauce. If you don't, do it as directed. It's so good. Just remember the, sorry, I'm chewing. I do that all the time. The recipe is on our website right now, along with next week's recipe, which I don't remember what it is because I've already chosen so many recipes for the next month or so. What was I going to do this week? I was originally going to do that one this week, and I wasn't sure if I had the right groceries or if we were going to get groceries in time. So I switched it to this because I knew I had frozen shrimp, and I knew I needed to use up the last of that spinach. And I knew about this recipe in her book too. I had seen it online or like in a preview or something. So I had gotten mushrooms a while ago, knowing that I wanted to try it. So like those also needed to be, so switch that to this week. So this week's and next week's recipe are up on the website. On the adult page down under our weekly programs. This recipe won't be on there for long. If you want to get the recipe or more recipes, you have to get the cookbook. It is available now at libraries. At our library, I don't know how many other libraries have it, but it's a great cookbook. Really, really good. I'm going to continue to indulge in my, oh yeah, it still has a great little crunch. Oh no, there's more cat hair. This is why it's good. I'm the only person who eats here. There's cat hair everywhere. This house would fail as a restaurant. Yeah, this is delicious. And it still maintains such a nice crunch even in the sauce. This is delicious. I'm going to really enjoy my lunch. I hope that you all got a little inspired for some healthy but delicious New Year cooking. But I mean, if you've been watching, you know that most of the recipes that I share are healthy because that's how I eat. But I like to keep everything super delicious because I like food. So that is it for me for today. I will see you all next time. Don't forget to check our website. We have so many new programs that we are getting going and running this week already. All of our story times, book cooks. We have some young adult reviews coming tomorrow. Young adult book reviews by me. We have all of the story times. We have pajama story time for the little kids tonight. Like, there's just so much going on. So don't forget to check our website for all the fun things that are happening, and I will see you next time. Bye.